Banner night for the Patriots. We'll have full coverage of last night's big win in just a few minutes.
First, today is Patriot Day across the United States, National Day of Service and Remembrance. It was 14 years ago today, September 11, 2001, when thousands lost their lives as terrorists hijacked 4 planes, crashing them into the World Trade Center, Pentagon, and a field in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. And you're looking at live pictures from New York, where moments of silence will be held at the exact time the plane struck the 2 towers of the World Trade Center, causing them to collapse, followed by reading of the names by victims' family members.
Today we've had a national tragedy. 2 airplanes have crashed into the World Trade Center in an apparent terrorist attack on our country.
Still gives you chills when you see that, doesn't it? That was then President George W. Bush addressing the attacks from an elementary school in Florida, where he was scheduled to read to children on that fateful day. We all remember a few days later when Mr. Bush traveled to Ground Zero to meet with first responders who'd been digging through the rubble.
There will be several local remembrances this morning, including the annual ceremony at the Rhode Island State House, and that's where we find Eyewitness News reporter Brian Yacono this morning with a preview.
Well, Patrick, good morning. Today's ceremony is set to start here inside the State House, where we are right now, in about 90 minutes. In fact, you can see the chairs set up around me. Same room where the 9/11 memorial stands for Rhode Island. These attacks on September 11th impacted all of us in one way or another. That's why today's ceremony is open to the public. Eyewitness News was here in the State House for last year's ceremony. A moment of silence held, also a ringing of the bell for the moments American Airlines Flight 11 and also United Airlines Flight 175 hit the World Trade Towers. Today's ceremony offering a moment of reflection for the 7 Rhode Islanders who died on those planes 14 years ago this morning. We expect to see Governor Raimondo here, also Colonel O'Donnell from the state police, other state leaders, along with emergency responders. This ceremony also a time to reflect on those in our military who has served and lost their lives in the war on terror over the last 14 years. With the Providence Mobile Newsroom, Brian Yacono, Eyewitness News.
Other ceremonies will be held in New England to mark the solemn anniversary today. Providence firefighters will gather at the North Burial Ground on Branch Avenue at 9 this morning to pay tribute to first responders who lost their lives. At 9:30, New Bedford Mayor John Mitchell and other city officials will mark the anniversary with a ceremony on the steps of City Hall. You can find a full list of local ceremonies on our website, WPRI.com.
And stay with us for continuing coverage of the 14th anniversary of the September 11th attacks. We'll have more in-depth coverage on our website, including a photo gallery of exhibits at the National September 11th Memorial Museum in New York.